A very good evening to you guys. Hope I find you well. And as promised, we are here for the inaugural Realize New Word sessions. Thank you so much for joining us. But firstly, would like to apologize. Failure to broadcast on the Tuesday that we had supposed to broadcast the session. We had a technical glitch in terms of electricity, and as you can see again today, as we're about to start, it caught up with us again. But as I had promised, we were supposed to bring it today, and definitely we're gonna have it today, as promised. So basically, Kubatana is a charity-based organization that deals with mental health and helps alleviate that problem. And that's why we have decided now to incorporate these realizing your words sessions, what it means and what it's all about, and how as a people now we can actually move from that realization. Okay, so my name is Josh Chaps. I'll be your host for these sessions, and as we move into this journey together, it's not a journey that on my own I can say we can make it possible, but you and me can both make it possible. So me and you will be definitely communicating. Let's make use of the comment section. If you've got any questions, if you've got any comments, please do drop them in the comment section. We'll definitely appreciate each and every comment that you'll be posting. And let's I'll start by posting a question that the first time I came across that question, it was hard for me. So I asked myself who I am. It's hard. Why do I say that question is hard? Basically, when someone asks you who you are, we're looking at your name, your first name, if you've got a middle name, and your last name. That's what we're talking about when you say who you are. But is that is that all of it? Is that everything when you ask you who you are? That's now the concept that actually derived these realizing your word sessions. Because asking you who you are is just more than it's beyond your name. It's more than that. There's something behind. So if you now ask me who I am, I'll gladly answer because I took time. My name is Josh Chaps. That's my name and on record and stuff. But now behind that there's something that follows. I am an abstract expressionist artist. I work with emotion to bring about a picture. I use color and everyday events to bring about pictures, to bring about artwork. I have answered who I am. I put in stuff that I actually took time to develop and to analyze and to see that this is what I am, this is what I bring to the table, this is what I am capable of doing. So answering who you are, besides just the name, it actually carries more depth of what you are, what you carry. That's basically the bottom line. It has more depth. The moment you actually start to struggle to the moment you struggle to explain or to give that definition of who you are, then we need to go back to the drawing board and re-strategize on exactly the dots that connect to make a whole person. That's what I did. Because besides if you had asked me like a time back, I would be like, no, my name is Josh Chaps. That's that's who I am. But now I have that realization that inside I actually carry something that I can give that changes. So now when we talk about realizing your worth, we on the table and we giving in something that we carry inside. We're taking it to the outside. And then from there, we are able now to give that full definition of who you are. Some of you guys are skilled people in your different fields, but to a certain extent, we are afraid to give that as our definition of who we are. So now as the journey starts, because this will be in parts, so Def will link up and definitely break them down. But who realizing your worth? Let's okay, for now let's hit the comment section, right? Let's pose a question. Let's pose a question. What do you think is your worth? Let me just tap that down. What do you think your worth is? Your worth. Your worth. Exactly. Let's post that one. So now let's use the comment section, right, to answer that question. What do you think your worth is? Because the moment we can define our worth as an individual in any situation, we've got the power now to clearly state who you are. I personally will say your worth is your value. So imagine giving a definition of who you are without knowing your worth, that value. It means that you're giving your definition of who you are that's not valuable. And then if you give something that's not valuable, that means whenever we see you or we take what you are doing out there, we do not see that value in it, right? We do not see that value in it. So let's, this whole series now is that the concept of us realizing and putting that mental strength in the point, in the value that you carry as an individual. That's what we're talking about, and that's what we're gonna be elaborating on and sharing and breaking down so that we can actually make it work. Because I've seen most people that actually that we look up to as people that we can say that these guys have made it and this and that. The difference between them and us is they got to a point where they realize the value that they have inside. And what they're only doing now is they're laying out the value, and we are marveled by the value because they took time and realized and made it a priority, made it important to value what they have inside. The moment you take what you have inside, prioritize it, value it, you will see a change, you will see a difference, and you actually start seeing a wider perspective that's more positive. Right now we under lockdowns, we under these restrictions and stuff. I tell you that the people talk in the comment section, guys. Let's talk in the comment section. I am a child of God. Nancy just posted here. I am a child of God in the world to make a positive impact in the lives of others. That's powerful. That's deep. That's very deep. Now imagine with that realization, there's no way that you walk and you are afraid to take on anything. Welcome Nancy. Thank you so much for joining us. Alrighty. Okay, we are back now. Sorry for that. Mabel, how are you? Hope we are together in this. Please do help us get, because I had posed the question, what you think your worth is, and I personally had put it as the value that you carry in yourself. So let's help each other break it down. I'm is back, so I'll try to see if I can go back to the studio, but for now I'm here. Let's get it going, guys. Let's push. What do you think the worth is as an individual? What do you think it is? Mabel, thank you so much for joining us. Okay, network issues. Very sorry about that. Again, the network kind of like plays the wrong strings at times, eh? Alright, so I'm talking about it plays that distinctive difference between a person that can actually succeed in this whole time, because that it has a certain level now of a mental stability and mental boost that it gives to anything that you actually plot down or actually decide to do. So The moment you actually realize that value that you carry is the moment that you've got a boost in whatever decisions that you start making, because you are more aware, you are more in line. I have a personal motto that I work with that always says passion drives purpose. After I came out with that motto after realizing what I carried, what I have to give, and what I will continue to give. Just like Nancy had said, um it's never hard now for her to take and give what she has as an individual. It's not that hard now to line either be it your goals, be it your dreams, and the way. Okay, let me just read this from Mabel. I was called for a purpose. I have to fulfill my destiny. So now, let's try and join these dots. Since now you know that value, it means that whatever you are destined to do, you can do it, and you will actually do it. You see, so the moment that we take time to realize the worth that we carry, ladies and gentlemen, I do not want to lie, that's the time. People say life begins at 40. But life begins the moment you realize the value that you carry as an individual. That's when life begins. You can actually be 40 or be let's say 200, but if you do not realize the value that you carry, the worth that you have, then your life has not yet started. It's sad. We've got so many people reach the time that they leave this earth, and they tell you that I did not enjoy my life, I did not live my life to the level that I want. Yes, there's a level that you suppose you set yourself to live up to, but the life of you realizing the value that you have is far better and very much enjoyable than the life without you knowing the value that you carry. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been, you see, in my society, my community, growing up and saying that you are an artist, yes, is hard. People ask you, so you paint for a living, like you actually draw for a living, and you're like, yes, you that's what you do for a job. These are questions that come up, guys. I'm being for real. So you actually paint and live out of painting? Yes, I do. But imagine now if I started painting, yes, without the realization of the value that I carry as well. Such questions would have brought me down. I would have stopped this like a long time ago, and then venture into something else that's totally different from my lining, from my wiring. Because as people, we've got a wiring that we have. You are wired to a certain thing. That you don't just wake up one day and you feel like you want to be a preacher. You've got a wiring to become a preacher, but it takes you to realize it and then move along that channel that sees you pushing you becoming a preacher. So, ladies and gentlemen, I took time. Like, I was scared to break out and be open that I want to become an artist. Because for once, my parents were like, at one time I was stopped from drawing in school, doing art. I was like, you can't, because we want you to be a doctor or a teacher or a nurse and stuff. I'm glad I became a doctor though, but I am a paint doctor and I'm loving it. That's from the realizing. I love what I do because I know the value that I give. I do not. I'm not afraid to get dirty. Right now, my hands are clean, but on a day that I'm in the studio, I am dirty all over, and I'm proud of that because I am putting value out there. I am taking a part of me out there, and what I give out there is not counterfeit. Is not something that I'm trying to make up. It is part of who I am. That's why you see some brands and some giftings, or I don't want to use giftings as such for now, but let's just take brands. Some brands are much appreciated than others. Why? They took time to value what they want to give the people. That's why you've got people flocking in for some things before they even start sale, because they know the value that they put in them, and people are attracted to value. Hello, let's write this down. People are attracted to value. Let's work with this point as well. People are attracted to value. So then imagine now, if people are attracted to value, and you do not know the value that you carry, then this becomes something that's gonna be hard to go around. Because if people are attracted to value and you have a product but you do not sell the value out there, that means your product is not gonna sell. And when I say product, I do not mean, let's say, a brand like Sony or something. I mean you as an individual, what you carry, as in what you give out there to the people. That's what we're talking about. So, ladies and gentlemen, here I think I've been talking. Let's have let's have the comments coming through in the comment section, guys. What do you think so far? Definitely, this is just the beginning, and I can feel it. It's coming up, right? It's coming up, but now it needs everyone to be a part of it. We talked about people being attracted to value. We talked about you being a carrier of value, and you realizing that you're actually valuable and you need to take that value out there. So let's talk from there. We asked earlier on what you guys think your worth is. So far I haven't gotten responses yet, but definitely I think they'll come through. But yeah, um it's 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 funny to live a life where you take your true identity. That's another point we'll touch on as well. Where you take your, okay, let's just go through this comment first that Nancy just posted. Typically, parents sometimes, I think, they want you to do what they have failed to do themselves, but it's all done out of love. That's true. That's very true. But there's now there's a certain element where we actually need to sit down, like, and be like, yes, I failed to become a medical doctor, but I became a paint doctor, right? And I don't think that would be fair for me to have that on my kids. Like, you guys should be doctors and stuff. When I actually see that this my son wants to be like a pro athlete. Is that, see, now we're in a good time where we actually use this realizing to see the different channelings that people have. Because unlike back then, we never had that. We were just growing up, and we had to be a certain kind of wiring. That wasn't personally the wirings that we had. So I'm believing, yes, it's a very true comment, Nancy. But at the same time, now we need that time to share, that time to take part and be involved in actually seeing the wirings, how we go, the likings and stuff like that. We'll talk about that in the next session. Definitely, I'll have that one in the next section. Um, so I think as we now bring it to a close, right? Um, how many right now think, I do not want to say they think they're in the wrong lining. No, let's not take that step now. How many would want to give out like a true value of who they are, of what they carry? That would be a good starting point now to build on realizing your worth, right? Because initially we asked who you are. So let's shelve who you are here as a question. It's one of the major questions. Who I am, right? There we go. who I am. At the same time, what is my worth? Right? And question mark. There we go. So now these two questions for now should build a base for where we're going. The moment you need to start asking yourself who you are. At the same time, identifying the value that you have. Those two link. The moment they link, we've got a path that starts opening up of where, as an individual, we should be going, the direction, because that guides you. I can't be Josh, at the same time having a calling to be a miner, right? I've got a calling to be a miner, and I'm liking how these medical doctors are doing their thing. Look how this path of my wiring to be a miner. Sorry for the example though. Look at what happens. It's like instead of going left, I am now going right. Imagine I take that path. I like what the doctors are doing, and then I follow that path. I haven't been true to myself because I'm kind of like suppressing my mining drive, my mining wiring, and I've taken that route because I just like the flashy, the white coats, yo, I don't know what that thing is called, the status, the stat tap that thing. Yes, I like that, but now I've gone there. I've done the course, I've done all that, I've put everything. At the end of the day, I come home frustrated. You see, that's why we've got loads of tensions and frustrations. It's because at a certain point, there's a certain wiring that we have inside that we kind of suppressed and ignored. Imagine if I had followed my mining core, that wiring thing. I go there, I get dirty, I am mud all over, but I come home with a smile. There's a smile on your face, and then there's a smile on your heart. Those two things are powerful. Never ignore those. Those make life what it is. Trust me, never ignore the smile on a face that is triggered by a smile on the heart. That is powerful. Ladies and gentlemen, as we come to a close, I think those will be my closing remarks for today. And let's invite more people to the platform for the next event, next session. That's on the 23rd. We'll be looking into it. I'm hoping we can have a guest so that we can discuss this further. But realizing your worth, guys, is life begins when you realize your worth. Life doesn't begin at 40. Life begins when you realize your worth. So as everyone that's here that's watching, let's start now. Yeah, let's start now. If it was in school, this would be homework. Let's find let's say a pen and a notepad. Just write who I am and what is my worth. Let that now be something that we start working on, building up. Yes, we have passed the stage where we say, when I grow up I want to be this. The stage we are at now is when I realize who I am, I want to fulfill my destiny. I want to fulfill my calling. That's where the stage where we are, and that's the beginning of life. So, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Kubatana, I would like to thank you so much for being a very good audience, and thank you so much for the contributions for those that have contributed. And I am glad that we kick-started off these realizing your worth sessions. I once again would like to apologize for not bringing it on the day that we're actually scheduled to have it. We are very sorry for that, and hoping that we managed to do justice. All right, let me just get this comment before we go. That's true. People get frustrated when one is lost, doing what one is not meant to do. is like being lost. That's definitely. So now let's in the next session, Georgina, let's see now what happens. Let's say you're lost. Can you come back? Can we turn the hands of time? Let's see that in the next session, right? So definitely let's meet on the same platform next week on the 23rd. Definitely we'll try to bring in a guest so that we can share and move along together. I'm glad that we are in the same boat, and I'm more excited of what lies ahead in terms of this whole discussion. So what's left for me to say, guys, is thank you so much for joining us. And as Kubatana, we continue to treasure your support, your generosity towards the organization. Once again, we are a charity-based organization that seeks and deals with mental health issues and the welfare of mental health related issues. So thank you so much for joining me. My name is Josh Chaps K, your host, and definitely thank you for being a good audience. Let's meet again on the 23rd, and we'll advise more on the sessions to come. Hoping you had a great session. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a good night.